All right, click record. Oh.
I have clicked to record.
YouTube, hello, welcome.
Uh,
Welcome. It's not a comeback. We're not back yet. It's a special. We're
yeah.
doing a special.
I mean, we'll probably be coming back.
Mods, ban this man. Ban this man.
Which man? Me?
No,
Oh,
not you.
fucking Borger. Hey, Borger. What's going on?
I don't know. Well, from what I've heard, Soul's giving up a theme. We know what the theme is. Soul's giving up a theme for the mod jam. And I said, shit, we got to get on the ball then. Because I know how to code, but Kerb doesn't. So why don't we learn?
I ain't gonna learn shit.
You're going to learn. Going to learn, God.
I learned by doing.
Okay. Well, oh, this is taking a while to load. Oh, there we go. Well, you're going to fucking learn today, okay?
Sure. I mean, I learned this morning. I forgot what I learned this morning, but I learned something this morning.
This is going to go well. I feel bad because boy, oh boy, Armored Porcupine played this like last week, and then I'm like, that's cool. I'll check that out when like the mod jam gets close. And then like Soul's like, hey, I think we got the theme. We're gonna do it in February, and I'm like, that's next month. Kerb needs to learn how to code.
I mean, well, why do I need to learn how to code? I thought I was writing a story. Or I thought I was idea person. I like how it's just fucking Renpai as the... This is it. You're gonna learn how to do this.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Fucking, what the hell? What the hell even is a screenshot?
It's a widget.
Okay, well, I'm playing Learn to Code. Yeah, like I said, like, Armored Porcupine just streamed this. I don't want to feel like...
I'm suing.
I'll be Blackie. If any
I'm
of this
supposed to be learning, Blackie.
if this is correct, please don't sue me. That's why I'm here. I get to critique, because I also code things.
Static, you're gonna learn today.
Yeah, we're all learning.
At least Static, it actually is like, oh good, I can bring up the Renpai thing, and I can follow along, and I'm stuck here not even fucking being able to do anything. You're like, learn these numbers and colons.
There will be no colons. There's no colons in RenP.
There is a colon in that sad face that Blackie put.
There's 2 colons in that sentence.
Oh shit, there is. There's one behind this. I already failed. Just fail me now. I missed the first colon.
Oh, hey, we'll just end the stream. Sorry, guys. Snoot Game's going back on hiatus.
Snoot Game's dead.
Okay.
We leave it up to that one dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait.
I forgot what voice I gave Huli Huli.
Isn't this a fucking Doki Doki background?
Yes, it is. It's the classroom. I forgot what voice I gave her. I know it was kind of Stella.
It's not even spelled right.
Like,
It's not even
it's Folly
right.
Cooley.
Folly Cooley.
Blackie, what are you doing? Oh, I'm Folly Cooley. Oh, hey kids, I didn't see you there. A little told me that you want to learn how to make your own mod, right?
No.
Okay, bye. Is it because I couldn't pronounce
Yes.
monocalyptips?
Imagine if the mod didn't boot up again, like mine.
It just uninstalled, just like Doki. Yeah, it's me again. I still cannot say archaeopterycus. Great. I know making your own mod or even game must look daunting at the start. But if you go through all the classes and take enough notes, I'm sure you all can make some fun and hopeful safe for work projects. Like knitting?
Yes.
My secret little bit of advice for you, colon. Look up the code of other projects and try to understand what they did and why they did it.
Now that is a very
that's
useful.
true for everything, though.
Yes. Yes,
you know what I
but
mean? Reference material is useful for everything.
that is very true, though. This is why I'm here. When I
Jack
made-
stole the entire code from someone else, murdered him digitally, and that's how he made his mod.
I studied the shit out of the Puppet Pals code when writing Tiny Dancer, so that's very good advice.
But enough dilly-dallying. Let's get right into it. Oh, God.
All right.
Oh, God. But first, we have to set up the basic code that can run a mod.
Right.
Static, you better be watching this. This is the basic setup for a mod. Simply type in your mod's name and starting label.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so it's initiating Python, and then the mod menu access. It is the name, so what will appear on the menu, and then what label to grab from the code. So this says learn the code, you click learn the code, and it will jump to this, and we'll call the storyline file, and then return. This is basic shit. You will copy paste
regarding
this.
labels, so now assume they are all like chapters or certain points of the story. Later, you'll also learn how to move between labels, but let's keep going for now. Recently, some pretty sharp fellas created a different solution for creating a mod. Simply create a JSON file like this one and fill it out accordingly.
These sharp fellas, yeah. I see you. I see you, Blackie.
Yeah.
We won't be using this.
So sharp.
Well, actually, this is kind of nice because this is how the mod managers work now.
Okay.
So I gotta learn how to do this, but yeah, it's...
Take screenshots. There's a README file inside the mods folder which explains this in detail. You can also add a thumbnail and icon. Keep in mind to use the correct grammar to make it work. Now, usually, you would need to restart the project for the changes to take effect.
Yes.
But that takes too long. Instead, we are going to use a very nifty tool called Developer Mode. This setup is very simple. Depending on your Snoot game... I don't know why it's just saying Snoot.
Snoot.
Depending on your Snoot game library, the file that needs to be changed is either in : renpy, greater than sign, common, greater than sign, oo library.
Mm-hmm.
Or the options.renpy.
Mm-hmm.
In either case, set the config.developer to true to enable automatic reloading in the game. Once that is done, press Shift plus R in-game, and then every time you change the code, it reloads the game with the new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Just keep in mind to scroll back to where the changes would have applied, otherwise it won't register. Also, every time the game restarts normally, you have to press Shift plus R again. I need to be doing this. And there you go. That should make your mod crafting experience a lot more fun.
But Kerb, you know what's the fun of this? Is that this will be on YouTube and you can revisit this later at any time.
And I have to hear myself tell me how to do this. That is what you're telling me.
Won't that be fun?
No.
You get to be your own teacher.
No. I am a bad teacher. What are you talking about? Or, I would say that, but unfortunately, there seems to be a teeny-weeny bug in the current version where reloading like this leads to the main menu instead. Cool, I'm glad you told me this then.
The working to fix it.
Just add a comment with hashtag in front of the selected line to disable it.
Yes, so adding a hashtag in front of any code disables that code. It makes it a comment.
So I will add hashtags to everything to piss you off.
Please don't. Because like
Press the reload mod function, but for now, this is the best solution. God damn it, Jack! I'm trying to teach.
Like Soul's trying to make a thing where anyone who like, or some people have to be coaches, so it's like I won't be able to even touch an ounce of code, which is why like I need you to know this shit.
Why are you not allowed to touch an ounce of code?
It'll just be the...
Why are you gonna be a coach?
Because it's the fun of the mod jam.
So you just don't want to do it.
No, that's literally... No, like, Blackie, Miguel, me, we would not be able to... We would be in charge of teams, and we would not be allowed to, like, touch any of the code, do any of the work ourselves. Instead, we would be coaching other people on how to do it. So, like, I would be in charge of, like, you and Carcool and anyone else who would be in our team.
Carcool, you hear this shit? It's awful. He's being a supervisor, is what he's doing. Alright. I have 1 day a week.
I know.
And
it's why I said that something like any plans until we know what the rules are. Because if this next one is just what Soul's thinking it of being, then fine, whatever. I can do the code for that. It's no problem. I just need you and Carcool to be writers. But if we're going to do the code, if Soul wants to do the coach thing, then like, I don't know.
So,
fuck me.
I don't have the issue with the coach thing. I think my issue is that he decided to do the theme that I knew he was going to do back in fucking November and announce it a month before.
Yes.
I could have been doing it since November.
Kerb, you're not allowed to work on it at all until it starts.
But I could have been learning is what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay.
I could have been learning how to do this since November, and good thing I have thought about this theme and kind of have a fucking story.
Cool, I'm glad you have an idea.
Because I knew it was gonna be a Valentine's Day thing.
Oh,
why would there not be? Hello, Carcool. Please, join me on this journey to learn Ren'Py, because we have a month to do a mod. Yeah. Or is it gonna be on Valentine's Day?
Oh, I don't know when it's going to be, but Soul said that might end up being the theme. That's subject to change. That's why I didn't say anything specifically, but that's what Soul posted in the server, but it's not an official post yet. So, yeah. And I don't know, I might be able to code, I might not, I don't know. We don't know. Nothing official has been officially said.
As a coach, are you allowed to tell someone how to do it?
I would assume I could.
Okay.
I also don't know. Here's the thing.
I will learn more by doing it and you telling me, and I see what it does.
Here's another thing, right? How are they going to track to make sure I didn't do anything? Like, they can't track that shit.
I don't know. Honesty? Fucking...
Honesty? You think I'm an honest person? I lie 7 days a week.
If I had the time of a normal person, I wouldn't be, like, acting like this. I'd just be like, oh yeah, I can spend 2 hours a night fucking just doing
but
whatever.
you don't.
But I do not.
Fine,
so this is what I'm gonna tell you. If I am doing this, all editing is on hold. I cannot edit and do this at the same time.
We'll figure it out when an official announcement gets made.
The file itself can be found here at :game/circ/mod_menu.renpy. And that should cover it for the starting setup. Now you are ready to start tinkering. You're so fucking lucky you're cute. Is this the virtual child you killed?
Yeah. Okay,
Is it
you wanna know about my fucking dream? Okay, so it was like it was like a version of Dead Rising, right? Well, like,
Okay.
I was the main character, and we were trapped in a mall full of zombies. And, you know, there's, like, all the survivors around, and you could save them. But when you're, like, level 50 in Dead Rising and don't give a shit, you could just mercilessly kill every survivor for funsies. So, I thought, hey, I wonder if this game, my dream, this game will let me pick up a child and throw them from the second floor of the mall onto the first. And the game did. It did.
Mm-hmm.
And I then proceeded to see what all the game would let me do. Like knee dropping another infant child. And all this other stuff.
So it is not as bad as that I was led to
No,
believe.
it was pretty gruesome. I'm even redacting a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, in the video game logic, like, of course,
Right, yeah.
you know. But like, it's not like you were thinking of it as a video game.
Yeah.
The whole mind was a video game. It wasn't like you were literally fucking
No, there was
murdering.
there was like HUD elements. But no, I like knee dropped this like child's head and it popped like a grape. And I was like, oh, that's fucking gross, dude. Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
There you go.
Okay, what's I'm doing?
Okay.
Virtual Studio Code, or VSC for short, is a code editor that allows us to program like a pro without having to use Notepad.
Okay, see, this is why, because I didn't know if they were going to bring this up or not. There are many different code editors you can download. Use VCS. VCS is by far the best one. It's actually made by Microsoft. It has a WinP plugin. Very good. Very good. It's what I use. It's what like everyone uses. Use VCS. Very good.
Okay. You can work only with Notepad, but using a proper code environment is always better. Of course, you can always use other editors. It comes down to personal preferences and which editor supports RenPy and Python. After installing the newest version, you can open up the project, including this one here. Sad face. Simply go to File in the top left corner, then select the Open Folder option, and from there, select your project.
Yep, there it
Big
is.
one, isn't it?
See, I don't ever have the Explorer open, but yeah, there you go. That's VCS.
Okay, so that's what
VSC.
you were using before, was just VCS.
Yes,
Okay.
this is what I use. And like, see how like it shows the lines for the indentations. It's nice. It's clean. It's easy to read.
Well, see, I like that it shows the colors for the different things, too.
Yes.
So it's easy when you're searching for a certain thing, you know, like the Folly Cooley,
Yeah.
you know, to look for
Oh,
the
and
orange.
I did lie. There are some colons in it.
Oh, you fucking motherfucker. What the fuck?
Okay, but you see that there is a lot less
And
colons.
you want to coach me, and you are lying to me out the gate. There are so many colons right there.
It'll be fine.
Holy
There's
shit.
two.
There are
two.
1, 2, 3.
No,
there
no,
are
no, no, no,
3 colons. 4. There are 4 colons.
No, two of those are commented out. Two
They're
of those
still
are commented
colons.
out.
They're
Those
still
do not
colons.
count. The code skips them.
Hi, Fully Cooley. I'm glad I still get to see you. You are the only saving grace to this for me. You did everything right. It should kind of like this. Should it? Should it kind of like this? One moment. What did you do?
She was hidden behind it, and then she
Yeah, no.
moved in front of it.
Yeah, but I thought like something was gonna change in the code to do that. That's why I was
No.
like,
No, just proper layering.
that's better.
This is Blackie styling
I hate
on me.
being behind things.
This is Blackie styling on me because I won best animation in the mod jam.
Yeah, because he knew that he knew.
Jack can hide shit behind PNGs. Well, fucking so can I.
Yeah, he knew that we were gonna cover this, and he wanted to one-up you in front of me to, I don't know, get me to be on his Snoot YouTube channel.
So you can join his Mod Jam team instead.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the only one who appreciates the Noomer voice. You should join me. Now, this might look overwhelming, but after this course, this should all be a piece of cake for you.
At least I know how to use a comma. There should be a comma, but at least I know
you can spell fully coolly.
Yeah.
For now, all you need to know is that the right side is your viewport for the entire folder you selected. Sure. And this big text field over here is where the content of each file is displayed. There are also a bunch of nifty shortcuts that can make navigation a lot easier. Control F to search inside the current file. Great if projects start to become bigger.
Yep, Control F is how I use to find a bunch of shit when we're playing mods.
I know, I've watched you do it.
I know.
By pressing on the little rectangle on the top of the name, you can change all instances of the selected to something else. Very nice for large-scale corrections. I almost said correlations. Control plus Shift plus F searches the entire project folder, useful for finding certain functions and keywords and where they are applied. Control plus hashtag to comment out an entire section, great for testing out variables and code segments.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that one.
Guess you're learning fucking today.
Yeah.
That would be me, Carcool. I would forget all about Control F and just be scrolling. And Shift plus Tab removes indentation. Indentation?
Indentation.
Oh. Much faster than pressing Del repeatedly. But what if I like pressing Del? Of course, there are a lot more, but those come with time. Everything is speaking to me all at once. While not necessary, they can save a lot of work in the long run. I always say, work smarter, not harder.
I have to add a fucking massive colon to the goddamn thumbnail of this video.
Yes. Just an imposing colon. Remember.
Okay, I got the thumbnail image in my fucking head.
Is it just a colon dominating Fully Cooler?
No, it's gonna be a colon behind like the almond head, and I'm gonna be using the Halloween almond head, like scared.
Remember, some of these might even work in other environments, so pick whatever tool you like to get the job done. First, let's talk about the most basic element, but also arguably the most important one, dialogue. I mean, yeah. On their own, it's really straightforward. Just write text between two parentheses, and it will play the typed text. I haven't snooted in so long I can't read anymore.
I feel ya. It's just me playing fucking stalker, I can't read.
I have to calm down. I almost said with every dick. Every click of the mouse, you press the button and displays another line. I mean, just a quick glance at that word, it kind of looks like dick, just stylized. Are you gonna go forward? Or am I stuck here in this infinite loop? Do you think the classroom will start shifting like it does in Doki Doki?
I fucking hope so.
That would be great. It just starts tilting.
Yeah, just too much fucking teaching.
Lots of narration is done in this simple manner since the reader is supposed to focus on the written word. Character dialogue is much more personal, so here would be the perfect place for some animations and such. Now, when writing text like this, you might notice that there is no given name yet. For that, we have to create a character. The way of creating a character might be a little confusing at the start, since there are a lot of pieces attached to it, so let's get through the most common one.
Yeah, so it's a lot. So here's the cool thing. Here.
But what's the yellow for? Because I understand that the name is under that color, and then the thickness is the border of the text. But what is the yellow and the puke?
The one below it, that is a different character named Cup.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's gonna be. I assume that's going to be some tutorial we're about to just get. But yes, this is a fun thing I like about. This is a thing that happens with Visual Code Studio or Visual Studio Code, whatever it's called, VCS. You can literally click this box and it'll bring up a color wheel and you can just adjust whatever color you want.
Oh, okay. So in case you don't just automatically know the
hexacode. Yeah, it is super nice. So yes, so this is the color, and then the color outline.
Now, when you choose the color, will it bring up the hex code next to it like it's shown right there?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It does it all in itself. Very handy.
Cool. We start with the define keyword to establish the character and a name which we will put in front of any text that is supposed to be spoken by that character.
Yes. So for this it says FC, and this is defining who FC is. So then whenever you go, you have chat up, right?
Yeah.
So then you would draw something like shit, I haven't fucking looked at code in a hot minute. Give me a second,
You're looking at code right now.
Okay, I need like a speech code. Let me load up staring down the barrel. That's the wrong fucking...
Static, are you learning?
Yeah, so literally in this case, in order to just make a speaking role, you would literally just say... It will be FC, and then...
He is alert. You can always learn something new. Jack said he learned something new.
It would be like that. That's how a dialogue line would look like.
Okay.
Okay.
Very cool, Carcool.
Yeah.
So for me, it would be FC. Because
Yes.
I don't have an actual name. Nor is it spelled correctly. I don't know how to spell my own name. That is why it's FC. What was the thing you learned, Jack, just like 5 minutes ago?
Just how to comment on an entire section.
There you go.
The shortcut on how to comment out an entire section, not just go through every line and hit the thing. Yeah. Always capitalize all your variables, because when you fuck something up and you can't realize it. Oh yeah, the shortcuts are different by program. Use VCS.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use the one that you're using,
VSC.
the one that is shown right here with all the pretty colors.
Yep.
The next name is the string that will be displayed as the name. Let's ignore the word base for now.
Yeah, it's based.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it not based? But you learned now, Static.
Yeah,
that is what I'm getting at. You may not use it, but you learned. The last two parts are the name tag color and the color of the character's name's outline. Generally, it's a good idea to have the outline be a darker version of the normal color. No, fuck you. It's gonna be all rainbow. Unless you want to go for a specific combination. Yeah, rainbow. Everyone's gay. Now, based.
Base. This is the baseline.
Here, it's set up as a character so that we can apply it to other characters. All it does is set up...
CTC.
I don't know what CTC is. Oh, click to continue. What is CTC? It stands for click to continue. I could have just said that, but you know, I had to make it where you guessed. Do you see that funny little icon at the end of the text, signifying that you can start clicking to continue? That's what base 1 does here. So who's nestling? Well, why is the position nestled?
I don't know. Truth be told, this is a line I always just copy-pasted, so I don't fucking know.
I advise you to add base 1 like this, since sometimes the base setup by the game has trouble being found by custom characters. This is also just a fraction of what the character class can do. Changing fonts, UI, and colors are a few other options. You might be wondering why they both look different. That's because sometimes you just feel like changing things up a little. Yeah, just throw some chaos into, like, the structure that I need. Thanks. I literally need defined rules, and you're like, you know what? None of this fucking matters.
Yeah.
Great teacher Bacana?
I don't fucking know. I don't get this joke.
Like this. You had a chance to fix it, and it's still folly. The square brackets turn the name into a changeable variable, which means you can now, well, change the character's name.
That would have been a very funny joke if Fully Coolly goes, oh, like this, and it's spelled correctly.
That's her name.
That would have been really funny. Like, it would have been a great joke.
To prepare to... okay, I got a question.
Yeah.
So... in this whole text thing, is the text thing separate from what's going on in the background?
What do you mean?
So if I wanted to go into this code and make it to where a single O dropped from the sky and fell into the name, would I be able to do that, or would it fall behind the text box?
The text box is always on foot. Can you show something in front of the text box? I'm sure that is something.
If I'm learning to code, I am doki-dokiing some shit.
I'm sure you could. I might not know how to do it personally, but I'm sure you could.
Alright. To prepare it, you need to set up the default name like this before the name is first used. Better yet, right at the start like other variables. What's money mean?
That is to initiate Python coding.
If you are all still a little confused, that's fine. You see how to use this function more inside the flags and scores class. If you want to add comments and notes to your code, add a hashtag at the start. Oh, there'll be so many comments. Things like Jack's a bitch. If you type Toto, what's the fuck's Toto? Oh, to do. If you type Toto right after the text, you add it to your to-do list inside the REMP launcher if you use it. To make text more dynamic, we can use text tags. Let's go through some of them. Someone knocking. No, it must be my cat.
Okay.
Or the ghost, I don't fucking know. To use any text tag, you have to open the close the desired text with curved brackets, and the closing brackets need to have a slash at the start to set it as a closing statement.
Okay, did you understand that garbled sentence?
To use any text, you have to open the close, which I do understand that. You have to open the close the desired text with curved brackets. Yeah.
Yes.
You have to close the stuff into the brackets.
Yeah. So.
And at the end, you have a slash. Yeah. That's basic programming shit.
Yeah. So as you see here, it's like B would be for bold, I is italic. Yeah. That's
something that a fucking pleb like me does know.
Yeah. Hey, thankfully, that's all you need to know. That's why I say coding for Snoot mods, fucking piss easy. It's easy to pick up. Very easy.
If you want to pause the text like this question mark, use the W equals time of wait tag.
Yes, W is always means wait. So, yeah.
If you just type W and close brackets, the game will wait until the player clicks again. That's a lot of W. For bold, text B, and italic with I. You skipped one.
No, I didn't. That's the game. Want to auto advance text? No, wait.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like this, add the NW tag. Be mindful of overusing it.
Yes, be very fucking mindful.
No, it's gonna be everywhere. The game is gonna be gone in 10 seconds. It's just gonna be a splatter of shit, a bright light flashes, and then just be like, you have played Seizure Mod. Ever felt like love was like a seizure? Play this mod and find out. Do you want to have certain letters be bigger or smaller? Add the text or size tag. This can be multiplicative or additive.
I can never get the multiplication of size tag to work, so I just always use fucking additive.
Fucking Bill Cosby all sentence. You gotta close the open. Want to slow text down or speed it up? Use characters per second. This can also be multiplicative or additive. I read characters per second and it made me think of 5 centimeters per second, which is the rate that a cherry blossom falls. The only reason I know that is because there's an anime called that, and I was like, why? And then I looked it up and went, oh.
Okay.
That is the exact chain of events that happened in that instance. The extend tag is not used in brackets, but rather in front of the text like a name. This adds another bit of text after another click. Wait, what? This text, the extend tag is not used in brackets, but rather in front of a text like a name.
Yeah, so see how this is right here?
Adds another bit of text after another click.
Yeah, so see how this is right here? Wait, here's the first line. And then whenever I click, it's going to show folly at hop. So it's going to do the hop animation, and it's going to extend the line.
And then it's going to, okay, so...
Yes.
So it's like this, and then an animation, and then it keeps this line, and it just extends to the next. Okay.
I use extend. I think a few times in staring down the barrel. I can't remember when specifically, but I know it's there.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. So I click and
yeah.
And
then she jumps, and then it continues. Okay.
Yeah.
Want to gray out text? Use the alpha equals value with 1.0 being full and 0.0 being invisible.
Yes, factions.
To color some text, use the color hex code tag. Okay, so it's just 2 color hex code, whatever.
And then cancel color, yeah.
To put an actual, forgot what the thing is called. Quotation.
Yeah.
In text form, just add the backslash sign in front. Or is that front slash? Is that front slash or backslash?
I think front slash.
So, to actually put quotations, you gotta add a slash in front and then double slashes at the back.
Yeah, they're like end the thing, yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. New fonts are also obviously an option, but keep in mind that constant changes here might make the reading experience a bit strenuous.
Yeah.
Always remember
we can spell strenuous correct, but not fucking advice or advise you.
I want to advise you. Well, I mean, the V and the C are right next to each other, so... Oh, you know what? Maybe they did it on purpose so that you go into their code and fix it.
I can tell you why. Well, first off, Blackie is German.
Oh, right. So English is
English might be a second language.
English might be his 5th language.
Here's the thing. He probably, and I'm not going to sit here and assume anything, but if I had to take a guess, he probably put advice thinking that was correct and saw that it didn't get, like, spell checked. And went, okay, then that's correct, and then moved on.
No, that's fair. I mean, to be completely honest, the fucking dude probably speaks English better than I do, so... It's just, learn to spell. Just learn to spell fully, please. Yeah. That's it. You can misspell any other word, but fully, come on, man.
Yeah, that's not allowed.
Always remember that many visual novels are usually a lot of reading first and foremost, so make it as nice to read as possible. No. Stick around until later and you will even learn how to animate text.
Alright, we're done with course 1.
Cool. With text out of the way, it's time to take a look at the visual part of visual novels. You know, like the hopping I did earlier? That took 1,000 characters just to do. Characters, sprites, backgrounds, videos, CGs, computer graphics, and so on all are a part of most, if not all, visual novels. When making your own game, having art inside the default art asset folder allows Ren'Py to auto-detect them, which makes defining them a lot less of a hassle. Yeah, it's just making asset folders, basically.
Yeah.
But since we are making a mod here, we need to put in some elbow grease for proper definitions. To define, you start with the image keyword and the name of the image in question. Image club day equals image, where it is.
You always have to put what file extension it is. That has bit me so many times.
Image names might have a second or even more words right behind. This is what we call image attributes, while the first one is called a image tag. I don't know why it's here. Too lazy to fix. Whatever. Attributes are used when you want to reuse a certain image tag. Sprites usually are set up like this. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Having a character switch from smiling to frowning is usually done by switching the attribute.
Yeah.
So if I were to switch between club day to club evening, it would replace the one image with another. What's nice about this approach is that Ren'Py recognizes attributes with the same tag as the same character. So no accidental duplicates. Now, before we go about placing sprites, let's talk about generic image... Yeah, it's generic, right? Generic images.
Yeah.
For a moment. Ren'Py has a already defined image called black, which is excellent for black screen transitions and such. If you want to set up your own one-color images, then all you have to do is set them up like this.
White and red are also already properly defined. In Ren'Py, use them for the gun flash in Staring Down the Barrel.
Once you are done with definitions, we can start putting characters on the big screen. For this, there are two basic statements. The self-explanatory show and hide, and the scene statement. So, 3 basic things?
Yeah.
Show and hide are used for nearly all images, especially the ones that will need moving and switching. A scene, on the other hand, is very much static. Think of it as the background of a stage.
Yes.
Yeah, this nice, wholesome classroom. Yeah.
Nothing
when
bad
is it
ever
going to
happened.
start tilting?
Nothing bad ever happened in this classroom.
I see that fucking manga in the box in the fucking closet. Every time you set an image as a scene, it gets put at the back after it clears out all other images.
Yes. A scene will wipe the entire screen of everything else and start fresh with whatever image you set the scene as. Yes, it's a nice way to just wipe everything and new scene.
Let's say your protagonist leaves his home and goes to school for the day. As they always do. Hey, what are you doing here? Was it Takashi? Or Tokumi?
It's Tokumi.
That would mean you might want to switch from his cozy little apartment. So cozy.
Hey, wait, who's Tokumi? I think it was me.
You are.
Yeah. Hey, what the fuck?
Language. To his high school.
I don't know if the protagonist in question is the local janitor.
Oh, that sucks. Hope he gets paid pretty well.
Okay, yeah.
Now, you might be wondering how your great teacher could show up in the same position like this in between scenes. With the power of programming, of course!
Yeah.
To his high school.
Who is that?
No, I have been talking the whole time.
Fair enough. I don't know. Maybe a new substitute? Who is she talking to?
Oh, they must not have seen her infomercials. When it comes to setting up scenes, there are lots of moving parts that require thorough planning. Is that how you spell thorough?
That's how you spell thorough.
Oh, I guess I just don't use the word thorough all that much. The most important one might be the placement of images. Framing of a scene is very important, so make sure that a scene is never too crowded and it only as empty as it should be. Placing a sprite is also very easy. Simply place an image on the X and Y coordinates you want them to be. Yeah, I've watched you do that. Just keep in mind that unlike in math, these coordinates are reversed. Yes. Good, because I don't know math. X equals 0 means that very left, and Y equals 0 means the very top.
It's up here in this corner.
So I need to make a sticky note about that, I guess.
0, 0, 0, 1, 1 down here. Yep,
Here we
okay,
place my friend Mr. Cup in the top corner. Notice how we only use decimal numbers for X?
Yes.
If you use a decimal number in pause, it equals the percentage of the screen, so 0.0 equals 0%, while 1.0 equals 100%. Non-decimal numbers are pixel-based, so in this case, 0 pixels from the top.
Yes. So you add a decimal and it is fraction-based. If there's no decimal, it is number of pixels.
Cool.
I only use decimals.
Cool, I hope you're taking notes. When placing images, RenPy automatically uses the default anchor of 0, 0, so X and Y are set at 0.
Yes.
Great, the cup is spinning. The anchor is the part of the image that will move to the desired coordinates, so try to keep it as an even number. My advice is 0, 0.5, and 1.0 all work nicely.
You say you're like 0.35?
Yeah. Pie, like RenPy. Maybe even senpai?
No.
Keep in mind though, that every time Kulu's my senpai.
I mean,
apparently.
it's funny because it's funny because in Miguel's like mod making server, I call Blackie senpai. Like every time without fail.
Very fair. Keep in mind though that every time you set up a new scene or use the hide statement on an image, his anchor goes back to its default. Later you will learn how to set up your own anchor. If you want to nudge a sprite around a little for choreography or semicolon, like for little old me here, to adjust an image to the screen, you can use offset.
I've used offsets are used also a lot in offsets are used to do all the animation scenes in staring down the barrel.
Did you want to play this just so you can just talk about staring down the barrel?
I am here to fact check, but also be like, hey, these are useful. Here is an example that you might have seen from our channel.
Everybody, if you want an example, go watch Staring Down the Barrel. Oh yeah, don't be shy.
Look, we gotta work on that. We gotta work on that director's here soon. So
work on what?
Yes, I gotta work on that the director's cut version of that soon. So
yeah, like pause, which moves you to the exact position on the screen. Offset moves you this distance in its direction. For example, X pause 500 puts you 500 pixels away from the left border. X offset 500 moves you 500 pixels to the right, no matter where you are. Ugh, math. While offset is great for animation, you should keep in mind to reset it back to 0 once you are done.
yes.
Then there is also a line which changes the anchor and then the position, so it can make placement very hard to do right.
Yeah.
So please,
don't use a line. This is a massive meme in the fucking thing. Is don't use a line. Do not use a line. It ruins so many things. Kerb, do you remember when we played Snootiversary? And it was the one with all like the Discord things on like sticks, and they all like ended up floating at the top, and it broke.
Yeah.
It used a line.
Oh.
And Soul got really fucking mad about it. So don't use a line. Use position.
Since we're on topic of personal space, I mean, it didn't bother me, yeah. In case you ever want more personal moment with a certain someone. Or just need to get by. Or just need to get some space. The zoom function is the perfect. The super perfect. Oh.
Well, zoom's the other very important thing I use for fucking...
Images that get the show statement will be placed on top of the old ones.
Yep.
I have now been censored. If you want to
Have now been reshown.
Either use Z order with the higher numbers being shown in front, or you can put the keyword behind the image's name and image tags that it should be behind.
I've always used behind, so yelling at me for this. There's this massive, in Tiny Dancer, there's this massive, like, wall of text where it's like, okay, this needs to be behind this needs to be behind that, and all this stuff, and Soul sent me a screen cap of my code, and he's like, this gave me a fucking aneurysm. So I fired back. There's a line in Staring Down the Barrel somewhere that says, don't show this a Soul or we'll have an aneurysm. Yeah, I didn't know about Z order, so yeah, use Z order. That sounds a lot easier, actually. That's the thing I'm wondering. It's like, I don't know what the window is on, but I wonder if you can show something in front of the window. I'm sure I've seen a visual novel do that before as a gag. So I'm sure you could probably do the dropping of the second O into fully.
Okay.
I just don't know how, but that's what Google's for. Don't be afraid to Google.
That is fair. Don't be afraid to Google. Lastly, there is X-Zoom. Give it a -1.0 and the sprite turns the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
Now, depending on whether the image is a cup of coffee or one of our large tail-feathered friends, may or may not make the end result look odd when animated. So try to use it as a sudden change instead of over time.
Yeah, Blackie does not like the overtime ones. I do. I think it's fun. I think it's cute. Blackie and I have had this conversation.
Yeah, no. I think time and place, depending on what's going on. Especially since, like, the slow turn, definitely it could be something used if, like, let's say there are two characters and someone says something and Fully is just, like, slowly turning towards them to be like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah. I like to think as the characters as like on like popsicle sticks, and you're sitting there watching like a little popsicle stick show, and you're just turning the sticks. I think that's cute, but it is time and place.
I think on a popsicle stick it would be quicker.
Well, probably, but I mean,
you know what I mean? Because it would just be a quick flip rather than a slow turn. Yeah. I just like using the slower ones and not just instants, but it is time and place. I don't think I use any in Staring Down the Barrel because of the tone. It does look a little funny, so I didn't want to do it too much because of the tone of that mod. Versus Tiny Dancer, which I used. What did you clip?
What?
Static. What did you clip?
Probably me losing my shit when you said you almost said dick. Because I lost my fucking mind there for a second.
Oh, is that why you were silent?
Yeah, fucking hear wheezing, dying, dude. But say something like Tiny Dancer, which was more lighthearted. There was a lot of slower X zoom flips because it was lighthearted and I thought it was cute.
Sorry, I was watching the thing.
Is that what it is? Is it me fucking dying?
Yeah. It's you fucking flailing. Thank you, Static. If you want a more extensive look at these statements, here are some nice links. Link 1 and link 2.
Oh, Blackie, please. Give me the full screen, dude. You fucking don't do that shit for me. Let's use the Phoenix Dev. Kerb, I'll send these to you because Phoenix Dev is a very, very friendly thing. I always use X centers when doing X flips. It does look a smidge better.
Oh boy, that sure was a lot, but it's all uphill from here. Just make sure to hydrate yourself in between sessions. No.
Okay.
While defining characters as singular, simple object works, there are better ways to go about it. Let's for a moment assume that you want your character to have different dresses, but you don't want to redraw too much. Or how about optional glasses? Maybe just have the eyes dart around? To save time and effort, we can use layered images. Yeah. Instead of full images, we cut up images into useful parts. What we have then is a list of heads, dresses, arms, and whatever else should have variables.
Hi, Sage,
Sage.
from Fin Game. I'm Sage.
I'm Sage.
I was gonna say this is how Olivia's handled it in a lot of Wani scenes.
Yeah. Because we were talking about that when talking about the Trisha's arm in Tiny Dancer.
Ah, yeah.
For more emotive sprites, it can be partially ignored since these are a little harder to reuse. Now, little old me is not technically a layered image, but there are some benefits for me to be a layered image anyway. Unlike normal images, for layered images, you set up groups where one image at a time will be shown and then build up your character from there.
This character is someone's wife.
Someone's wife.
It's Kerb's.
It's my wife. So here would be show folly F angry to make me change to angry. I'm so angry. If you want a default attribute, which will always be selected if no other is picked, simply type default right after the name. Okay.
Really?
But I don't see anything on here that will says default. Which I would assume would be this one as the default, because this is the one that... See, explain, but there's explain and explain T.
Yeah.
You might have also noticed that we placed the anchor and offset here. Oh, up at the top.
Yeah.
The old one that was kind of stupid and was annoying for rotations. This makes it so that every time I show up, these values get applied as well. Here we set up a null image. If this one is selected, then nothing of that group gets displayed. Very nice for things like hats and other accessory groups. To get back to our art assets, you may notice something about the heads. They just float. Yep, the heads have a lot of space, or as we call it here, white space, beneath them. Yeah, because they float. By keeping the extra white space beneath it, it now perfectly aligns with the rest of the body. Yeah. Make sure to keep white space if you don't want to align the heads by hand instead of or inside of Ren'Py. Remember the X zoom feature? Set it up like this at the end of a layered image, and you can change the image direction by typing left or right after the name and its attributes. So, show folly F underscore viewer left makes me look to the other side. So, oh yeah. Oh, okay. As a little preview, we can also define animations as an attribute. Simply define an animation and give it an attribute name. All in all, unless you are working with already established and defined assets, I highly recommend trying to give layered images a try. As before, there are a lot of extra features to explore with this one. While we are almost done with defining images, let's look at some potential issues that could arise during development. Like my head getting cut off. Liz, are you high as shit right now?
Damien's fucking scared for his life. Alright, well,
she's right behind me, isn't she?
back in Wani, I guess. So yeah,
but who's Binko?
I guess me. So yeah, I think I'm making pretty good progress with my portfolio.
Crocodile,
like the drug.
The motive is still lame.
Too bad some people here fail to appreciate the finer details of my work.
I mean, it's pretty good, but it's just a street.
It's just Damien. Skin Row, to be precise.
If by finer details you mean glass shards and needles ruining my wheels, then yes, I notice them as I stare into your armpit.
I know. I could have picked a better place, but Ben told me urban photography would be amazing for my portfolio. Capturing the current political landscape in a single image is definitely going to help my professional career. Besides, it wasn't that bad, right?
I still can't get over fucking Liz.
Well, we have to have Liz in the scene. What are we gonna do?
You're right. At least we didn't get mugged or stabbed.
How'd you change your skin tone like that?
Speaking Skin Row.
What?
I don't know. Did her...
I have no idea.
Wait, go back?
Boob.
Yeah, like...
Boob.
It's
Boob.
like... Speaking Skin Row, if you need more photos, I know this rundown pizza place we can bully Naomi. You are losers. God damn it. Liz is just like, nope. Cool.
How does she keep finding us?
You would think eating an entire staircase would put a hamper on her. I finally found you, silly geese. I mean, more than already. Mia, I'm warning you, if you try to start anything... What? I don't want to do anything. In fact, I only came here to show these peasants some of my new creations. And there he goes.
Where you going, Damien? Where you going?
He's hiding behind Olivia. Oh. Alright then.
What the hell?
Her tongue is in her nose.
Yeah, it is.
If she is only here to show some of her stuff, then let's humor her at least on this. What the fuck is wrong with your fucking snoot?
That snoot is flaccid. That is a droop snoot if I ever see one.
No. Oh no. Oh no. No. Fine by me. Alright, Mia, what? This is me. What did you want to show us? The best dessert ever. Something that dwarf everything you guys ever did. Yeah, what is it? A new sprite. Behold.
Go and find mods, learn to code assets, images, characters, Wani gag. Spur add sprite later, lol. Mia?
Yeah?
You okay there?
It's
Did you properly define your sprite before trying to use it?
No.
And that's why you should always be— oh, I do not like forward-facing Inko.
Oh no, please, especially not fucking Inko.
And that's
Do
why
not
you
look
should—
at me.
that's why you should always make sure to copy the proper file path.
The fuck? Yo, Inky, since when can you do that?
Did you fucking hear that?
Perfect. Why?
I don't know.
The fuck? Yeah, when have you been able to do that?
To ensure that this error doesn't happen, another usual reason for this error to show up are minor syntax errors, non-existent files, and changes that haven't been saved yet. If you're still unsure afterwards, try and follow the whole file path down. You'd be surprised how many issues can start there. Do you know how? What to do?
I guess. Let me try to change again. Now I'm in front of you. Something still feels off. Wow, you really suck at this. Even Ingo can get a new expression without breaking down. But you did everything right this time.
Well, let's take a look, shall we?
God, this is actually creepy.
Ah, you forgot the space. You forgot the space. No, I'm trying to see what space he's talking about. Now Winpy thinks you are searching for an attribute tag that does not exist.
This is rude. Want us to bend your head crest a little? Maybe we can get the right frequency this time. Sniff. What even is Renpai? And why do I think we're not talking about pastry here?
Do you mean, I swear to
And that's when I killed them. So if you keep your code and art assets clean and easy to access, then many problems can be avoided before they become game-breaking.
That's the joke.
I also have 7 minutes.
Wani is entirely my creation, fully coolly.
I believe it. There's also another very helpful way of building your own image, composite images. Technically still working on layers. Here you pick images by hand from a list of already defined images. This makes its components very modifiable and easy to change. Like when I tilt this classroom. Layered images have mostly replaced it, but backgrounds can still get a lot of use out of composite images. Tilt it. If you want, for example, a room that changes appearance depending on choices done in game, or even just general story progression, you can use composite images. Similar to layered images, you can create your background like here. Depending on the situation, composite images' compact nature might be what you are looking for in scenes and backgrounds. It's not the only thing they can do. A more advanced aspect of them is also to accept animations, which work great for making backgrounds feel more alive. And since we're talking about animations, why don't we go take a proper look at them? See, I animated. Let's clear this for now. Now, you all are probably want to now learn how to do animations, right? Great! When using transforms, we use choreography to mimic animations. However, there is a way to implement proper animations as well. Yep, that's it. Right there, on the screen. The basis of animation, switching images at a high enough speed to look animated, but slow enough to get registered by the naked eye. Here we switch from one image to the next with a small pause in between, and a repeat statement at the end to loop the entire thing. Obviously, animations can have all sorts of effects applied to them, some of which we already saw and some we will soon. Changing colors, moving around, talking like little old me here, and who knows what else. The magical thing about game development is that the sky's the limit. The last sentence was technically a lie. Currently, the only way to implement animations is by doing it like above or importing a video. For now, GIFs are not usable in Renpai, but I'm sure they will implement them soon. Please. Hey kids, Future Folly here. Just wanted to quickly chime in and say nothing has changed. But I'm sure they will implement GIFs soon.
There's no GIFs were in fact not implemented soon.
The last part of this class is dedicated to the Color Matrix class. That is where we stored Andrew Tate. but he has escaped. It's a very useful tool to play with image colors. There are a bunch of them, so let's get through a few of them. Simply tints the image to a certain color. Pretty basic, but it's pretty easy to use.
Okay. I mean, I never had to use one of these before, but I mean, this would be fun
She's
to use.
having hot flashes.
I was gonna say, this will work great when we're doing an RPG.
Multiplies itself with the alpha channel to change its value. 0.0 means I become invisible, and 1.0 makes me visible. Now you see me. And now you don't, like that movie with all those people in it. Because I can't fucking think of the fucking actors' names right now. One of them also played the Hulk.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo, yeah.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. Alternatively to the opacity matrix, we can also change the image's alpha with the alpha statement. The same rule regarding the value between 0.0 to 1.0 still apply. If you want to change the color saturation, 0.0 for grayscale and 1.0 for full color. You can also optionally manipulate one of the 3 color channels. Unlike the others here, you rotate the color wheel by degrees and change colors like this.
I read fully. I don't like that.
I know, go back to cool blue. You know, this is actually pretty nice. Purple is a pretty cool color. This is how you can invert colors, if that's your thing. We're not judging here. This changes the brightness of the image. Great for tuning normal Omi into a mysterious black silhouettes. Of course, this also goes the other way and everything in between. I mean, that seems useful for, like, if you bring in a character that hasn't been introduced yet, and then that's how they get introduced.
I skipped a line.
You may have noticed that we always start with setting up the default value of the matrix. This is necessary to ensure that the color matrix doesn't get skipped.
Right.
Having to write the normal value at the start also has the benefit of knowing what value to go back to once it's done. Just like other animations in ATL, you can also apply color, alpha, and nearly everything else over time as well. Also, just to be clear, colors can affect the camera, same as animations. Just don't forget to clean up after. Gotta put the manga back in the closet. That should be everything for now. So go out there and define and color some images.
You can't let Daddy know you're reading manga.
All right, well, no, we're done for now. It's midnight.
It is midnight. Cameras, camera work is awful. All right, so on transforms then. Okay.
Well, you know how fucking insane I get with fucking editing, so I will deal with everything.
Oh, we'll save over that. Alright, so we still got a good bit of learning to go. But we will continue this laters.
Yep, gotta have to.
I have mad insomnia, and I can't sleep, but when I do sleep, I can't stop sleeping. I don't think that's how insomnia works.
Well, no. Insomnia is trouble going to sleep and or staying asleep.
That's fine.
Because I have the kind that is trouble staying asleep. So I will wake up 5 times tonight.
No, that's fine. Just let me know in the morning when you're awake.
For what?
I don't know.
I gotta go work tomorrow.
I don't know. Just let me know you're awake.
Why? Are you afraid I'm gonna die?
I'm always watching, Wazowski.
Always watching, Wazowski.
Alright.
Always watching.
We'll wrap this up soon.
See, George Orwell predicted furries all the way back in the 40s.
That's how I'm starting this. We're back. George Orwell. George Orwell predicted furries. Okay, maybe we're on transforms.
Okay. Transforms.
Oh, yeah, so obviously we're on second recording. Those who are watching the complete VOD. Kerb is now taking notes.
Yeah, I have to take notes. Luckily,
funnily
I will
enough,
not be
literally
making
not
the 2-week fucking mod, but yeah.
Literally not even an hour ago, Snoot Jam 4 was just announced, so...
Yeah.
You know... Kerb's gotta learn to code.
Oh, I forgot I also have to talk.
You also voice Folly Cooley.
Not Polly Cooley. I don't know why I thought I'd be prepared for this.
Never are.
Borger, when I learn the code, I will make the Borger mod. It will be all Borger all the time, and it will make your eyes bleed. But at this point, you should know how to define and place images. So let's look at actually manipulating images live. To keep things simple, we will call what we are doing here animation, but another fitting name would be choreography. While you don't need transforms, not using them can make your game or mod feel very static and dull.
Yeah, so basically this mod is literally called Learning to Code. It's literally a tutorial to help people learn to code.
Yeah.
It's written by
You'll see
Blackie.
it'll bring up code strings and shit like that.
Yeah.
And since this is such an important class, I decided to enlist some help. From your brother? Oh, no, from them. Ugh, them.
Them.
No, don't worry, Borger. I will get it done. It may not be good, it may not be long, but there will be Borger all over that shit. And it will be posted and anyone can play it. Thank you both for helping me out here.
No problem. Not at all.
A nun. Let's just teach these dorks how to do whatever. Nug. Modding? Modding, right. Well, why don't you say hello to our dear students? Where are they anyway? Right there!
Oh. Oh.
Ugh.
Oh.
Ugh.
No.
Ugh. Ugh. Raptor Jesus, she's crazy.
Let's just play along until she lets us leave. So, where should we start?
Good question. Why don't we start with something fun? Changing Alpha!
You wanna look at that curse?
Horribly mutilates fucking Anon.
You wanna look at that cursed imagery?
Ugh.
That is a 3D model of Fang. That's a 3D model.
Ugh. Ugh.
Alright, changing Alpha.
Woohoo. Changing Alpha. Every image has an alpha value between 1.0 and 0.0.
That's correct.
1.0 means the image is completely visible, and 0.0 means it's completely gone.
It's a percentage. Percentage turned into a fraction.
You alter an image's alpha the same way you change its position. In fact, let's try it out.
Wait, what?
A skadoosh! Not the most complicated
Fucking
thing.
dead.
Sure. Not the most complicated thing. Pause. Sure, but it can help you do a lot of cool things. Pause. Especially with self-made backgrounds in VFX, which we will look at later. The fuck did you do to him? Jeez, you two? What's with everybody swearing today? Hey, oh.
The line was, you better...
You better didn't do anything to him or I swear I'll get my dad's good...
Hey, Fang? I'm still here.
Anon, where are you? Still where he last stood, silly. I just changed the alpha value to 0. I'm a goddamn time wizard.
Okay, so, yeah. Alpha 0. So we'll start right here at line 1341, right?
because this is really what's just important. So, this is show and on foot with none, which none would be a transition. So just there's no transition. So just it changes. He has alpha 0. He has alpha 1, right, which is 100% capacity or 100% opacity. Pauses for a second. Sorry, for 0.1% of a second. And then ease in for 0.6 seconds to alpha 0.
Okay.
Okay.
So the ease in to
Is it
0 is basically just fade.
Yes. Ease in space percentage on how long you want that the fade to last or take. And then yeah, so it's saying fade to 0 in 0.6 seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
See? Sure. Can you make him visible again now? Sure can do. Sorry, forgot the ease in this time. You just materialized in an instant. Your bones are gonna take a second to catch up.
Just like
Speaking
something
ease
new.
in. You good?
I just hadn't had a body experience, so not really.
You were probably wondering how to make things like movement happen over time instead of suddenly. No. Sure do. In Renpai, we use something called ATL, or Animation and Transformation Language, for animation, setting positions, and so on. If you took a look at POS and Anchor before this, and then you already saw it in action. We use ATL when we create, move, or manipulate images, or create our own transforms that can be used anywhere. Yeah, I'm feeling like I can't really take notes. I'm gonna have to, like... Because, like, the information is there, but the problem... Huh?
You want me to do Fooly Cooly?
No.
Okay. Alright.
No, that's not why I'm saying for the note-taking. It's, the information is there to show you how it's done, but there's no, like, basic structure for note-taking. I think this would be a thing that, since we're recording it, would be go in and start it, and then refer back to this when it's like, oh, I want to do the ease in thing. So then the code comes up and I go, oh, okay, so that's how I ease in, and then change the values to how I want the values to be done and stuff like that, rather than writing that down when it can be applied anywhere else. But now I just have a note for what she had just done in this instance. That's all I'm getting at. I'm going to have to, to my own dismay, come back and listen to myself.
Or you could just ask me, but sure.
Well, that too. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Little tip. If you want to use transforms everywhere, try offset instead of POS.
Offset's your friend.
How do you move stuff around anyway? Good question! Just flings her out the window. Let's take a look at the 2 most commonly used methods. Linear, which is a linear movement over time. And easings, movements that change in speed around certain parts of its movement. Ease in, for example, starts slow and ends fast. Ease out is the reverse. One thing to realize about transforms is that there are many functions, like ease, that are necessary to make it work. There are tons of different easing in Renpai. If you take a look in a book, if you want to take a look at some of them and how they work, here are a bunch of helpful links. Helpful and links.
Okay, no, it's totally fine. Just fucking ruined my goddamn recording. Thanks.
Once you get some experience with transforms, you can do some pretty cool tricks.
Let me actually look at some of these. I didn't actually know about like most of these. Huh. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't know about any of these.
I'm trying to come up with a story for the Borger mod. Because I want it to look visually insane, but the story has to have heart. Just like DBZ.
There are those links, by the way.
Oh, did you send them to me? Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
thank you. Time for more pinning. Yeah, that's a different link. Because one showed something and the other one didn't, so I wasn't sure if it was two separate links or not. I'll have to clean up the pins later. I've already read the line.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. Like what? Like what? Dance.
Dance. All I want to do is dance.
We can dance if we want to. We can leave our friends behind. Just chucks them out the window.
Hi guys, I'm sitting fucking out the window.
Oh, now it's smooth. No, it's so jittery sometimes. I don't know if that's part of the mod or now if that's just the stream. Because like on my end, she's like
Oh my god.
and then smooth.
Yeah, what
and then,
the fuck? Hold on.
I was like,
gonna-
yeah, that's dancing.
Hold on. Let me like. Why the fuck is it that jittery for you?
I don't know. It goes smooth sometimes. I really don't care. I think it's funny. Like, yeah, this is what she thinks dancing is.
There we go.
I'm just confused with this line. This is what you were doing instead of hanging out with me. It's like, is she just like your bestest friend?
And who's she talking to?
Yeah, like.
Now it can look a little dumb, but that's because she's just doing it for now reason.
Now reason. And then she turns away.
Usually you want to mimic movement that a still image can't display, which is described through dialogue.
Why is Anon saying this?
Shut up, it's my line.
So it usually doesn't look this dumb. I know, usually with 3 L's.
This is fucking breaking.
Good.
No.
Are you done soon? I just had the best idea. Please fling him out the window. Oh my god, she's getting faster. Standing still? Nope. Why don't you guys do the next few segments? I have to jitter here now.
But you're the teacher. Why don't you do it?
It's on repeat, so I can't stop. Besides, I have zero doubt you guys can't do it. Oh my god, okay. I think that the stream is just breaking now. I have no clue about any of this. Why did I even have to show up? Oh, now it's smooth. Did it fix itself? Because I know, nope. Because I know deep down that you will one day be an amazing teacher yourself. I can see the future, and I have played all the mods. Wow, thanks. No problem. Just keep the ball rolling, and I will find a way to stop this bouncing.
Hold up. Can't you just use a different transform to stop?
Sayonara, Snooters. Oh,
There it is.
that's my
There it is.
ugh.
Soak it
That's the
in.
face you look at when you imagine staring at her dead on. I want all of you to know that. Are you gonna use that as the thumbnail? Because it definitely
fucking-
needs to be the
It
thumbnail.
would be pretty funny. Let's just get this over with.
Where do we start?
Her note says matrix colors? Didn't she already talk about that?
Well, yes, but redundancy is a key to teaching.
Sure. So, if you want to manipulate colors and stuff, you,
Anon, didn't you make a mod in a mod?
That was by
Where
a
there
different
was, like,
author.
4 routes in
That was a
which you had to either make the mod or hang out with us?
That was a different author. The multiverse goes off of authors.
Use a matrix color?
That's right. Let's keep in mind, staring down the barrel is E1 of my universe, but Tiny Dancer is E4. Yeah.
And you can do that with Eason.
Yep.
You lied to me. This is lame.
Oh yeah. Well, don't mind if I do this then.
Squawk! No, is she grayscale?
She's monochromatic.
Yeah.
Guess now you really are a monochromatic weirdo.
That's actually called grayscale. Oh my god, why are you breaking?
What?
That's odd. Did you change your language setting?
No, I just changed your colors.
Maybe there are some dependencies I didn't know of. Try the usual.
I'm not gonna hit my girlfriend with a stick.
No, silly, the other one.
Right. Reset.
Oh my god, they're freaking out.
Better?
Yeah, never do this again. Remember, kids, never change your significant other's saturation without consent.
Consent's important.
What's next on the list?
It says crop?
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh no.
What's that?
Use it to crop image.
I gotta take this.
Who is it? Oh, hey Fang, I didn't think I'd get lines in this, but here I am. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Can that wait? Me and Anon are really busy right now.
Right, the concert.
Actually, we're teaching somebody how to mod.
What? Explain, monkey. It's programming. But Fang, didn't you know that programming is a very unstable profession? Just this month, companies all around America cut over 5,000 jobs alone. I swear, Anon, I'm sure you love to be a little code monkey, but can you stop dragging Fang into this futureless... Who? Oh, just because... Fuck. Who? Oh, just because I care for my friend's future asked. You limp-tailed, hairless piece of shit!
Not this again. Hey kids, why don't we calm down first?
Trigger's not being able to understand, let alone use technology, is not my problem. So get bent, Trish, leaf muncher. How about I teach you how to kick your stupid caveman head in? How about it, skinny? I'm warning you, Trish, be reasonable before I have to take drastic measures. Like what? Watch rom-coms alone in your dingy shithole of an apartment? No, not. Don't jump to 1819. No fucking way. Still think I'm joking around.
Wait, which one is that?
The one where you become my depressed trad wife.
Hate that one.
So what will it be, Trigger?
You know, there's a book series about a guy who learns that the world is a simulation and he can just program whatever he wants into it.
That sounds pretty good, actually. I would like to take a minute.
I'll find the name of the story and send it to you later.
I would like to take a moment to explain the situation I am in. There are currently 4 people on my roof right now doing repairs.
They are just on his roof.
I bet
it is
they can
where
hear
they hang out.
And I am 90% sure they can hear everything I'm screaming.
Good.
And no, I will not stop. We both know you don't have the balls, Gorilla Dick. All right. Don't tell me I didn't warn you.
That reminds me of when Hunter was doing the video for the smut books, and he's like called a fucking exterminator. And he's thinking the same thing, where he's like, "Oh my god, I'm reading this shit, and there's a guy on the other side of the wall looking for rats." I would just tell the person, "Hey, you're gonna hear some weird shit, but I make money doing it.
Yeah.
Think about it."
Think about it. You're what, a fucking
ending, my
contractor? I'm here fucking making money, saying stupid shit into a microphone.
I'm sitting in sweats and comfortable in my house.
You're
doing
wearing
whatever
pants?
I please. Huh?
You're wearing pants?
I'm wearing sweats. Yeah. It's cold in this room.
It's fucking
comfortable.
hot in here.
Well, live in the desert where it's cold. You're the editor's note. And you skipped it. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
How long do I keep this joke on? And see blackness. Olivia? The room is extremely dark. The only source of light is coming in from the entryway. I have to take my sunglasses off in an attempt to see through the darkness better. Olivia, the heck happened in here? Why is it so dark? I make out Olivia's shape in her bed.
It's a long story. Come sit on the bed.
What the fuck? Oh, we got a raid. Yo!
No.
really funny.
Welcome to the shit show.
Yeah, welcome to the shit show, everybody. Thanks so much for the raid. Bad time, because we're doing a bit. Is that fucking... Hi, hello, everyone. Hello. Okay, let's actually not do this bit. And welcome to the Bad Voices, the show.
Wait, why did we...
It's not canon anyway.
Hello.
Whatever, you win.
Wait, why did the Olivia thing go away?
Because we're not actually going to sit here and do ending 3 of Awani all again.
Oh.
That's just what it did. It just
I
jumped.
thought it was... I
No.
thought it was part of the mod.
No, it actually jumped to actual Wani.
Oh, okay.
Which is really funny, but like we're not gonna do that.
Okay, no.
The show tomorrow is still a go, right?
Sure thing. The owner even said we get some free pizza if we get a big crowd.
Free food is free food. Yes, this is a mod. We are learning to code. Is literally the mod's name is learning to code.
Yeah, I have to watch this and learn how to be a master
Yes.
programmer in 2 weeks.
Yeah, because Snoot Mod Jam is in 2 weeks now. I literally think they're like knocking on my window, like, can you keep it down? Like, no, it's my house.
Well, yeah, that would
No, it's my
be
house.
so messed up if they bent down from your roof, tapped on the window, and been like, "Hey, we're trying to work here. Can you please stop?" Like, really?
True. Anyway, I'll get out of your hair well. I'll get out of your hair well. Fang's hair. Get out of here, you undeveloped little rascal, you.
Fucking weirdos.
You know,
Sitting on our roof.
I think we really start to grow as people.
I guess you do.
Yeah, I do, yes.
What were we doing again? Right. Here you go. Black squares with colorful text.
I actually have no idea how to use crop, so... What? Okay, so Club Day is the background here, and then Courtyard behind Club. All it did was just move everyone to the left. That's all that did. It just moved everyone to the left, and it had the Trish be behind.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And then it moved, and then it
a
moved
section of
back.
it.
Right, but like that didn't help me understand what crop meant.
Well, you cropped this image in order to show the image.
But the
behind
entire
it.
thing just moved to the left.
Yeah, what you're saying is, why don't you just move it
Yeah, nothing. Oh, I guess maybe because it causes that nice transition right there, which is very nice. I'll
Yeah,
admit.
no, that would make sense.
That's a lovely transition.
I guess you just crop the background. You moved the characters over, crop
Oh,
the
maybe
background.
maybe let's continue the dialogue. Let me explain it.
Right, here you go. Should be good. Yeah, there you go.
Should we not explain this at least a little?
Fine. Rob cuts out a frame from an image. Needs 4 values to work. First and second value determine where the upper left corner of the cropped image will be.
Yeah, image. Image.
I'm
Okay.
The third
so up
value
here.
gives the width of the frame, and the last one gives the height.
Right. So because
Okay.
VinP is usually in 1080p, 1920 by 1080.
1290. Or are you saying the
Did I say
full
1920?
screen 1920? Yeah, you said 1920. Oh, well, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it says 1920.
Yeah, just say
there, but
1920
then
by
it cropped
1080
to
is
1290.
That's what 1080p definition is.
Yeah, but I was looking at the ease in crop. That's why I was like, did you mean the 1290? But
Maybe.
the third value
Maybe
gives
that's
the
just-
width of the frame, and the last one gives the height. Should be good now.
No, I'm not good. You really are a natural.
I know.
Anyway, next up is parallel, repeat, and block.
Alright, let's put this bitch into overdrive. Parallel is now she's jittery. Parallel is used when you want to have two things, usually movement, happen at the same time.
I'm telling you, I need to get that wheel for Truck Sim.
You should let me take over Truck Sim so I can honk the horn every 2 seconds. Repeat is used to repeat everything before it's left.
I love how I
Use
sent
it
you.
carefully with indentation.
I love how I sent you one single Doug video, and it was that one.
All,
Yeah, shout out to It's
all
Left.
of the honking.
Yeah.
All of the time.
This thing driving to a fucking ravine.
I do love how he's just like, yeah, I'll let chat control the vehicle. And what do? They put it into a tree, and it's nothing but honking. Thanks,
That's
chat.
Twitch chat. That's Twitch chat for you.
Block is used if you want only certain parts of transform to repeat. If you want to repeat to stop, you simply replace the current transform repeating itself with a new one. Like this. Because I figured it out, and yeah, I was gonna say, and that blue fuck didn't.
See?
Alright, what's next?
I guess I could.
Uh-oh, I think Fanug is enjoying teaching.
Fnug is having fun, and a nun is not. Whoa, shouldn't we show some examples or something?
Why?
Because how are people supposed to know how to apply any of this?
By looking it up.
That's what I did. Reddit's your friend.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Please don't. On the off
I'm
chance
gonna
that
message
somebody
Blackie.
sees this, send it. Crop it all the way out to just the face. On the off chance that somebody sees this, the most important part of learning is self-discipline.
Blackie's playing Stardew. I'm adding him.
Adding him to what? Stardew?
I'm atting him. I'm pinging
atting.
him.
I was like, what, are you playing Stardew during this?
Yeah. I'm
You gotta
like,
plant those potatoes?
Look, man. I like Stardew.
Everyone likes Stardew. Those chill kind of management games I just can't get into. No matter how much we show here or how much we talk about it, you will only ever have a chance at learning something if you actually start doing it. Yes, exactly. That is me.
That is you.
So after whatever this is, I want you to stop finding excuses to not work on whatever you want to do and just start. Sometimes that is the cure, to just do it. Rather than thinking about it. That's how I got back into video editing. I just was like, fuck it, I just want to do it now. feel dizzy.
Yeah, that's why I don't like going POV.
Fang. That was beautiful. I knew I picked the right people for the job. Or at
Do you think
least
this is-
one
do you think
right person.
Do you think this is just like a... Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Where are your feet?
I was about to ask, you think this is just like they're in a mascot costume, but I think we're beyond that.
I
we might have
think
an
it's an
issue.
ethereal being.
Yeah.
Be not afraid, Anon.
Fooly Cooley's just God.
I mean,
I've chosen this form.
I've chosen this form as to not startle you with my real one, something you would feel more comfortable looking at. And since everyone likes puppet pals, that is why I look like this. No
Everyone likes
problem.
Peppa Pals.
Can you take over the last one? Will do. Hey kids, I hope y'all still here because we're nearly done with transforms.
This is
By
one
the
single
way-
thing.
There's an alternative to the wait statement for animations called pause. I know it's a word that none of you have ever heard before. Just add... What ad?
I'm gonna fucking...
Where's the ad?
I'm gonna teach Blackie the English language.
Just add a number after the pause statement and the game will pause until it is done. That motherfucker probably knows like 16 languages.
I mean, he's multilingual.
He can teach you a thing or two. If indented, it will pause at the indentation for handy for animations and choreography. I don't blame him. English is so hard when you're not a native speaker because there are just way too many nonsensical rules. If you don't add a value after pause, it pauses until the player clicks again. You probably saw a lot of them already, but if you have trouble properly aligning animations, then adding a pause can help. If you want to play a funny prank on the player, add a hard pause, a pause that cannot be skipped by typing this. Not hard, true.
Duly noted. Blackie,
Nothing
no.
else has come up for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Just kidding. I got you good though, right? That is actually really annoying.
Yeah. Why would you
Thank
ever
you,
want to
Folly, for teaching me all the annoying things to put into the burger mod.
You are truly gonna make this hell for me. Why would you ever want to put this into a mod? Okay.
You probably saw pauses being used in animations already, so this should be a piece of pie.
What?
Or a piece of Ren pie. But a psh. Oh my god, we dropped a Snoot Knot concert for this.
Concert.
Concert.
Slipknot. It's Slipknot, you bird brain. We've already seen
That's
them like
about
4
it.
times. They're probably gonna be the thumbnail for this VOD.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, but we're trying to get through this as quick as we can. That's about it. Some of this might be a little bit hard to grasp at the start. No, really. But with training and trial and error, you can become a transform master in no time. Cool. But can we transform out of here now? Sure thing. Thanks again for helping me out on such short notice. Just fling them out the window.
Uh-huh. Not like we had anything else going on anyway.
Say hi to your mother for me. Say hi to your mother for me, please, will you?
Will do.
It wasn't that bad towards the end. But it's still gonna be the last time we're gonna do your mom a favor. Why was Anon's
Agreed.
mom? What? Aw, young love is wonderful, isn't it? I forget that she's like what, in her late 20s?
I don't know.
If you ever find yourself running into issues, be sure to check the wiki, and especially a certain game featuring a certain green gator. When switching between images for scenes or characters, especially, you usually want to make the transition as smooth as possible.
Wait, oh shit, that's right, Godzilla's out. I thought Godzilla wasn't out for like another like couple of hours.
Is it a game or
Fortnite?
A movie? Oh. Is Godzilla bigger? Is it a skin?
It's both a skin, but there might be something with it.
Static,
sure.
let us know. I'll say Static, send me screenshots.
Because I think it's something where it's like you can... Do you, as the player, transform into Godzilla? Or is Godzilla like a raid boss of the map? I don't know, we'll find out.
Fortnite doesn't have like vehicles or anything, does it?
It does.
Oh, it does?
It does.
Okay, so what if you become Godzilla like a vehicle and you're just a huge ass motherfucker stomping around?
I don't know. I'll have to fucking see, because we'll probably play it. Well, I will. If you want in, you're more than allowed to be.
Yeah, just suck it, Fortnite.
So do we.
I would drag you down.
Well, actually, no. Static's actually like a fucking savant at it, but Carkle and I suck at it.
See, I assume that Static and Carkle were like good at it, and you would become good at it with playing.
Okay-ish.
I just am horrible at playing Fortnite. I do not understand the building. Like when people build shit that quickly and do all that. I don't know.
Oh, we play
it
zero
blows
build.
my mind.
We play zero build. There's no building. It's literally just guns and shooting.
Maybe.
Okay.
When switching between images for scenes or characters, especially, you usually want to make the transition as smooth as possible. Changing images with no transition is not always bad. In fact, for choreography, alt/transforms, we can avoid them to make the movement sharper and less ghostly. Rule of thumb, if the image stands still, then use transitions. If not, then don't. No. If you're standing still, use a transition.
Yeah. If the image stands still, then use transition. If not, then don't.
Unless the protagonist is a ghost or super fast. Whatever works best for the situation in the image in question. That was the other thing. I was like, what if they are a ghost? Basically, a transitions is the action that moves the scene from one image to the next. Different transitions have different effects, time intervals, and other features that can give even the transitioning to another scene cinematic in a way. Renpai comes with several transitions. One of them is Dissolve, probably the most used one out of the bunch. No, that was so slow. The Dissolve, as the name implies, dissolves out of the old and into the new image. You probably also saw scenes getting dissolved as well already. This was a normal dissolve. You see how that looked? If it doesn't fit the situation, then try and see if it looks better without. Dissolves can be done in two ways. It's like, oh, it's so bad right now. Hang on. Let me see something.
What do you mean it's so bad? What?
The stream is.
It looks fine to me.
It was getting really crushed.
Mm.
I got out of the thing and then came back in. We'll see if it fixed it. Here we use dissolve with uppercase D, so we can add a time value behind it. This dissolve is completely lowercase. Here we will use its default value of 0.25 seconds.
A quarter of a second.
Yeah, it's just like everything is running slow. Dissolves and all but one other transitions pause the game while running. As an example, if you switch to a new scene, no new dialogue or animations will play until it is done. This can be helpful as it prevents players from progressing too fast before something could finish loading. So what you're telling me, Folly, is I need to make sure that things resolve too quickly during the Borger mod.
Yes.
The Borger mod is going to be nothing but the opposite of what she's telling me to do. Oh, it's going to become a legend.
It's gonna become something.
It can also, however, be very restrictive and cause other issues. It can also, however, be... Oh, yeah. It's because it, like, jumped and then came back instead of just putting the rest of the dialogue there. That's why I read it again. Yeah. Like here, where the dialogue box will stay empty until it finishes the dissolve. It looks awkward and, let's be honest here, very silly. One very important thing of note, only one transition can run at once. If transitions would start overlapping, either one is chosen. This has the side benefit of being able to transition several images simultaneously. Simply put, the dissolve statement on a new line, right below the last one, show image statement. If you have a group of images with transitions each line, they will be played after another. To keep the benefit of dissolves without pausing the game, we can use dict transitions. Properly explaining dict transitions might be a little bit too much for this class, so let's just say for now that they can affect one layer and that they do not pause the game. Oh god. Yeah, this big fella here was made for a certain game featuring a green gator. A bit more complex than usual, yes? I mean, yeah.
Okay, so they just made
programming for you.
They just made a custom dissolve track transition for. Yeah.
In the first segment, they create their own transitions using the same technique used in creating your own transforms. In the second segment, they do the same but with arguments. Be mindful that they use Python code to define them here to make them more dynamic. In the third segment, they create the big appeal of dict transitions, the non-delay transitions, in this case dissolves. If you're wondering what master stands for, that's the layer these transitions will affect. Chances are you will not need to bother with other layers for quite a while, so just know that this is how you can create your own transitions, which can be anything you want, as long as it can be properly implemented. Keep in mind though that sometimes you want to pause the game for a transition. Once again, there is never one true solution to a problem. On a side note, remember the extend text feature?
Yes.
If you were to use normal dissolve instead, or inside of one of the text box, would be weirdly empty for a moment. That's because it is technically transitioning so the text is cleared. By using a dict dissolve, we can ignore that restriction and animate in between text segments. See what just happened? Honestly, no, because it's very slow and everything looks like you're doing something to me. This was the fade transition. Are the people on the roof, like, affecting your internet?
No.
I don't know why the stream is so, like,
I don't know why.
buffery.
Either. I kind of want to keep the preview up for the entire time so I can screen it, but anytime I click off of Discord, it's like, oh, well, it's still going. It's like, no, I want to fucking see it.
Because, like, it's not reading that there's an error.
Yeah, as you can see, it all looks fine on my side, so it's got to be something on Discord.
Yeah, I sent error report. I was gonna say, I didn't think that it was something that was going on with you. That's why I was wondering if it was a upload speed issue. But it wasn't giving me any warning like it normally does when it's like, uh-oh, the upload speed's kind of fucky. So we'll just see what happens. I already read the line.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well...
Transitions can have all sorts of styles to them, but usually the basic ones can do the job just fine. I encourage you all to experiment. There are some interesting things out there. By the way, Fade works the same way as Dissolve, by using an uppercase F and values behind it. Yeah, it's just gonna be slow. You can give a scene more complex transition. Experimentation is the key here. I'm seeing a lot of experimentation. And yes, while not applied here, you can use dick transitions on Fade as well. I did say before that there can only be one transition, which inadvertently means that objects coming in together will all be affected by the same transition. Well... I lied. If you want to avoid, for example, a character moving in being affected by a present transition, you apply a none transition to him. So the cup is a he?
I don't know.
They also have to be the first transition in the group, otherwise it won't work.
Who the fuck is in my frickin' class? Oh, that's Carl.
Yeah, but you could be Carl.
I swear the moment I find the right frickin' keys, I'll end you little bastards.
Language! Jeez, everybody is swearing like a sailor nowadays. Oh, right. V-punch. Does it hurt? Is it like a final move?
Yeah, it's gonna use my V-trigger.
If you want a simple transition that can shake the camera, just apply V-punch to it. Is that like a Hitmonlee's?
I think I just got
move or
fucking
something?
V-punched. What the hell? My entire house just shook.
It was foretold by the 4 people on your roof that a V-punch... What if they wait, they're listening, going like, oh, V-punch, it's our time to shine. It works for text, but might have some issues if applied to over things. I was thinking too, like, what if like 2 of the people up there were like, oh shit, they're playing Snoot mods? Fuck.
Oh, this is Jack's house? I love this Pop-Up House video.
But only that one.
But only that single one.
But then another dude comes up and goes, nah man, the best video was the eponymous. Fucking Anna Kim stand on this roof. Always remember, you can always apply it on a new line as well. Just make sure to add some appropriate sounds to it, otherwise it might feel a little silly.
Hey lady, if you want to talk crazy nonsense in there, I don't mind. Can you just give me the magazines from my desk? I need them for the next frickin' class.
Not with a mouth like that.
Yeah, whatever. I'll just use my other stash then.
Some people. Right. There's also H-punch. The same applies here as well.
Oh, vertical and horizontal.
To end this segment, let's take a look at more subtle way to improve transitions. By typing window audio hide, we tell the game to hide the text box.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm just in fucking high school again. I'm fucking...
You're learning the code. Oh, maybe it's because of all the fucking times I had to like... Oh, it's literally just the WinP document for fucking all the transitions. Okay.
If you want to look any of this up, link here you go. Notice how the text box disappeared earlier so we don't have to stay empty for too long? And see my weird non-feet? Actually, no, she's put down further now. While not necessarily the biggest change, it frees up more space for CGs, videos, or full backgrounds to be displayed properly. With this out of the way, you should be able to make smooth transitions like a pro.
Alright, gradients and visual effects.
Something of personal favorite, as it can help make things more Dramatic. That was weird because it like did its old flare and then it like shook violently. This is what we call a simple Unlike
VFX.
more complicated effects, these are they're easy to do and implement. Okay, so you remember how we watched God, I can't even remember the name of the movie. Longlegs.
Yeah, I remember Long
Okay,
Legs.
so you remember at the end how they were just like trapped in their own bodies?
Yes.
Do you think she is trapped here and is just internally screaming?
Like she can't see, like she's just stuck in a circle. That's her life.
No, like what she's saying and doing is out of her control.
Maybe.
All you have to do is open any drawing software and start drawing.
Feel fully cool.
Please
He's
save
stuck.
me. After that, just implement them like any other image. Want to have a creepy shadow crawling on from the side? Create a black gradient over a transparent background. Want a flashlight? That's just a circle. Like this. And now she's being blinded by us. Even more complex looking effects like rain and fog and Ren'Py are all built from simple images. And yes, matrix color alpha and other manipulators work as well. Alpha and color are especially important to add that extra flair. So if you're worried that your objects won't look fancy because you don't have animations, just improvise.
That was fucking easy.
Oh my god.
Time for coding.
What? Oh.
Yeah, we're on
Oh.
section 3, buddy.
Oh. In Ren'Py, there are a lot of things that need to be set up before the game starts properly. We will look at such examples later this class.
Yeah.
Why
it's short
couldn't they have just like put her in a slideshow?
It's just short for initiate Python.
To define something as initialization, you just put in a proper indentation. Init. Styles for UI, classes, and new audio channels, among the other things, can and should be loaded this way. You can also add a number between init and Python to run them from lowest to highest. Dude, I just feel like I'm in high school again, and that was almost 15 years ago. Or now more than 15 years ago. Why is the box jittering?
I don't know.
Is it jittering for you?
Yes, it's moving.
Okay. For this, it is generally advised
No.
to only use the numbers negative 999 to 999 to avoid conflict with Ren'Py's internal struct. Ahem! God damn these text boxes. Oh no, I swore! Anyway, this might feel a little advanced right now, but it's pretty simple and very important if you want to implement custom mechanics and features. Some of you might be wondering if we use simple Python statements to alter code at runtime. I was not, but please tell me about it. We sure do. The money sign is used to call such code statements. Okay, because I was wondering, like, what does money mean?
I told
Another
you this
thing we'll
last
be
time.
looking at. Okay, but do I listen to you? Another thing we will be looking at in the next few classes. Cool. Understanding code setup is essential if you ever want to make your own games in the future, since Ren'Py relies a lot on expanding from basics. Now we're getting into the interesting and adaptive part. While you can make your story linear, many times it adds a lot to a story to have meaningful and less meaningful choices in your game. Yeah. The basis of a lot of choices are flags and their attached values. When giving a flag values, you can apply the default keyword.
Yeah.
I feel like some of the words are
Yeah.
not like grammatically incorrect because of English not being a first language, but I feel like they're grammatically incorrect because of keywords that are used in the programming. You know what I mean? Like, we call these values. So you're
right.
putting values instead of value for certain sentence structures. So it
Right.
sounds weird because it's not grammatically correct, but it's also correct because you call them values.
Right.
Unlike the defined statement, the default value can be freely changed, and while you technically don't need it, it usually breaks something if a value is declared without it. Here are a few examples of flag values. Folly equals folly. A string name that can be changed. Like this. A boolean. The fuck's a boolean?
I love Boolean. The Boolean's fucking stupid. word.
Dude. Stop boolean me. Which either has a true or false. And an int, which can be any decimal number. If you ever start a new save, these are the values that will be attached to these flags. Now to actually change them all, you have to do is add a money to signify it as a Python code and then change the value with whatever value you want, as long as that value is of the same type.
Can I fucking mention?
Huh.
Do you know what choice this is from Snoot Game? Do you remember what choice this is from Snoot Game?
Is this the choice you fucked?
I think it is. I think it is.
No, we
Sometimes-
have to study.
Sometimes you gotta study, guys. Sometimes you need to
Persona
study.
has taught me anything, it is
gotta
you must
study.
study.
We're studying now, aren't we?
In this example, our favorite pterosaur gets some much needed support increasing her score, although Jak did not do it. It is that simple. Yeah, it gives a lot of options to improve the replayability of your story.
Replayability.
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 The replayability. Adding minor changes to the dialogue depending on the score, adding pronouns to somebody's name, having a scene only play if you picked up something before. The choices are endless. If you're still confused, no worries. The next class has another very hands-on example for you. During setup, I showed this.
Yes, I failed that choice the first time. It was
Yeah.
That was the
Jak
only
decided
choice.
studying was the correct
I would like
choice.
it on record. That was the only choice I messed up outside of the rooftop scene.
That is correct. I had a feeling. See, I don't really count the rooftop scene. I had a feeling that you were gonna get ending 3 from the get-go because there was gonna be a point you were going to interrupt. Because I mean, I did the same thing, you know. I
Yeah.
waited until like the last one and then was like, okay, maybe like this is the time to go. Not thinking just let her talk it out. So
Yeah.
I got ending 3 first. And then I was like, well, I got ending 3 first. Might as well get ending 1.
Classic ending 1.
When progressing the story, you use labels. The code will go from top to bottom until they hit the return.
Yes.
Once there is nothing to return to, the game will end.
Yes.
You can handle the entire... Just... The burger mod is me just showing Borger the screenshot of the code, and it just says, return.
I thought you were gonna say the burger bar is just steamed hams.
Oh, that's what the story should be. Just a weird Rick and Morty alternate universe of Borgers trying to steam hams.
Thinking like, what if that's our mod for Mod Jam? It's just a video of steamed hams.
Oh, see, what they don't understand is it is the love between Spears and what's his name?
Superintendent Chalmers?
Chalmers.
Or do
Thank
you mean Seymour Skinner?
Oh, see, I thought I said Spears. Yeah, I said the fucking principal here, but
You
the
said
love between Skinner and Chalmers, and their love, like, just blossoming because of steamed hams. I think my favorite part of that entire thing is just an Aurora Borealis in your kitchen at this time of day. Can I see it? No.
Aurora Borealis in your kitchen in this part of the country. Localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes. Yes.
May
Can I see it? No.
No. No.
You can handle the entire story. Oh, shit. You can handle the entire story in one big file and only use labels for things like choices and branches, but this can get very disorienting very quickly. Now, I talked about branches and labels and all that, but I haven't actually explained how to get them, have I? In RenPy, there are two common ways of moving through code, the jump and the call function. The jump function's jumps to the appointed label and ignores everything in its path. Once it's done with all the code in front of it, the game simply ends like normal. Jump is great if you want to travel to certain parts of the code more than once, or if you want certain choices to skip parts of the story. I've always seen these kind of games as like choose your own novels,
Right.
but without the advantage of just being like, yeah, I'm just gonna read through all the fucking pages.
Just read it like a book.
Dude, it is wild to just read a choose your own adventure like an actual novel because it's just so jumpy. While we are here, let me quickly also mention the menu function. Why do you have to look at me like that?
She has feet in this.
At least she has feet and the skinniest legs that should not hold up that head. This should be self-explanatory considering that you just picked a class a moment ago and will return to it once it is done. Thank you. The text is the clickable part of the choice menu and everything below that is indented is the code that will run if the choice is picked.
I think it's supposed to be indented.
Indented. Be mindful of forgetting or misusing a jump to ensure your story goes the right direction. We set it up so that every time a class section concludes, it goes back to a choice menu like this one here. The call functions, deceivingly similar, it jumps to a label and finishes all its code inside of said label.
Okay, so the call functions is supposed to be it's supposed to have an apostrophe as a conjunction. So the call function.
Yeah, the call. When my second pass, I got that it was trying to say the function functions. But again, it's that same thing where if you always call it functions, then it's the functions.
The functions.
Buffalo. Instead of continuing, however, it goes back to where the first call statement came from. Call is usually used if there is a red thread to follow. You can still jump around, but once everything is done, it will always remember to go back to where it was called from. There are ways to control... So, is that where you come to a choice and you can have different routes through the choice, but it will always lead back to the same conclusion?
Okay, so I got an idea for this. I'm going to crack open
Yeah, see, and that would also work too, Schmucker, where if it was functions in quotes and then functions, you would know that it's the functions will function.
Okay, I'm going to.
But what I'm saying is the red thread thing where you're calling. Well, this is call in chapter 1, then return. Because, like, a good example would be in Snoot game, where you have two choices to either get the link to the one or to the trailer of Volcano High, or you don't, but both of them will still lead to the next part.
Okay, so
There's
this,
an update.
Yeah, so this is the code for staring down the barrel. 0.1 hotfix. Sorry, 0.0 hotfix. Okay, so here we go. So this is the entire intro. So then the first label is label early morning staring down the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then when this is done, oh, there we go. Okay, so down here, so where it should now push. We're not gonna worry about the time loop shit right now. Where? What the fuck? Yeah, okay. I literally can't read my own code right now.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you are typing out the code, does it just show typing, and then when it knows what you're trying to do with it, does it then color what it is? Like, type something out for me. Yeah, so as you're typing it, it's coloring. Okay. Okay.
This all should change. It's not changing. Wait, sorry, that should be 0.5, not 5.0. Why is this all not changing?
Do you trust this window to enable all features?
What?
It's at the top.
Oh. Okay, so let's fucking scroll down a little further, shall we? Because I'm getting confused by my own fucking-
Sure.
Okay. So here we go. So here we go. So label with this is the student council room, right? This is the big scene with Nazar.
With Naomi and Nazar.
Naomi and Nazar, yeah. So talking. If time loop equal 2, he says all this seems a bit familiar. Else if time loop is greater or equal to 3, he plays something that sounds familiar. Pass. If neither of those are met, it just jumps.
Yeah, but what I was asking is, no matter which of those two that happen, it will still lead to the same conclusion that will continue the story.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So then, we'll talk about what jumps right now. So then, yeah. So every function has a jump to the next label. So confrontation opens up with you see the hallway. Yeah, there's the CG. Yeah, so here's the first menu. Here's the first choice 1. And that's all like the timer shit. Don't worry about that. So here's the two choices. You know, did you know about Naomi's plan?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you know, it's...
Well, see, so that's what I was asking. So you see how it says jump to either Nazar no idea or Nazar possibly.
Yes.
So when you have a choice that will, let's just say different dialogue or whatever, because you've chosen that choice, you can still make it to where it will still jump. Both of those choices will jump to just the next scene. It's just you're getting new dialogue.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The thing is if I did delete both these jumps, If I did delete both these jumps, it would literally just move to the next down here to the no idea. But because
Okay.
of the
Yeah,
jump,
but because
it's
you
moving.
put the jump, it will jump to
Yes.
the next label,
Yeah.
which is right there. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I understand the programming.
Yes. Yeah.
I just don't know the code. You get what I'm saying? I understand the structure of it. I understand how it works. I just don't know do this to this to get to this. That's what I have to be learning. I don't see the stream anymore. You closed it.
Beam failed to start? Yeah, I just tried to relaunch it.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
There are ways to control the call a lot more, but that is, for now, beyond this class. Everything is beyond me, lady. You are beyond me. You are an enigma. The last thing we're gonna look at are conditions. Have you ever looked at if statement? Yeah, see, if should have been probably in quotations. So yeah, you're right, Schmucker. If you ever looked at if statements, then this should already make sense. Here I'm checking if you already have developer mode enabled. Jak, do you have developer mode enabled?
Probably not. No.
The most common use of conditions are flags of events or, of course, score systems for endings.
That would
Depending on
probably be
the answer. Have you enabled? You have enabled Joe images.
Joe images. What?
It's because it enables saucy images.
Oh no, that's off.
Well, oh. Sorry, I'm still thinking about answer.
Oh.
I didn't even get to read the answer.
Oh.
Depending on
answer.
the answer, different dialogue will play. The most common use of conditions are flags of events or, of course, score systems for endings. Oh, I guess we skipped it before. Oh, what's going on anymore? Here is a little extra, the entire setup for this condition. If you are still confused, no worries. The other classes will explain conditions, or rather flags, in more details, because this class will never end. The sound of music. Video games, especially visual novels, use music, ambiance, and sounds to help set up an atmosphere to help the player really get into the story. For this, Renpai has set up 3 sound channels: music, sound, and voice. That's cool. Voice actors are a little hard to come by, so let's focus on other 2 instead.
Yeah, Kerb.
Kidding
You
me?
and I,
I
you and I are hard
I
to
am
come by.
available.
Yeah.
Say I am available. I will not be great, but I am available. I already read the line.
It's fucking Static's messaging me.
Oh. What is he messaging you? The Fortnite
About how
stuff?
fucking pissed he is, apparently.
About the Godzilla?
I don't know. Yes.
If you ever played a game before, though, then you probably know that one channel is for music or sounds is usually not enough. To have, for example, music and ambience play at the same time, we need to create another channel. First, make sure that it's inside an init Python block, since you are setting something up that should be there before the game starts proper.
See, I didn't know any of this. This is new to me.
See, you're learning.
Yeah, I am.
Then give the new channel a name, which is Sound 1 in this example. After this, we set up the mixer to SFX, which helps set up the volume through the menu, the options menu. My eyes are going cross-eyed. Other default mixers are either music or voice, corresponding to the default channels. The false here is a shorthand for loop equals false. It's the third value of the function, so only giving the value is okay here. Just make sure that by default sounds that play through this channel will not loop on their own. God, I really hope this is helping someone. And last but not least, tight equals true. Since it is not the 4th value, the full name has to be given. This one just makes sure that if the sound does loop, that it will keep looping even if it fades out. Of course, there are a lot more options, like with a lot of other functions. Just hover over them to see what else can be done.
No, that's hover.
It's hover? Looks
That
like
is hover.
hover to me.
No, that's hover.
Hover over. A little bit of advice. These are the channels Caveman set up.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So they had 4 entire ambient tracks. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, honestly, if you want something to sound good, you're having tracks for fucking days.
Yeah.
You know?
I just fucking find it funny. I made 2 whole mods without like having to fucking worry about that.
Well, yeah. But yeah, no, if you want stuff to sound fucking just fucking crisp, you gotta have so many channels.
I'll look into it because we're probably gonna have. Yeah, well, we'll see.
I mean, just the amount, like, just to cause chaos, like, imagine, I don't know.
I'm just thinking of the.
You remember the
intro
mod
scene.
nobody wants to talk about in the last Halloween thing?
Yes.
The dude could have had just ambient noise playing like right to left and all in between and just different stacks and stuff, but doing all that could be like 16 fucking ambient.
Yeah. No, that would have been.
You know.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the type of shit that I think about. And
I'm thinking of
I know
the
that
intro
it's just-
scene
it's just so much.
that I described to you, and like how what I can do now. Like we can have like the footsteps. We can have the main character like huffing and puffing a little.
Well, yeah, footsteps, huffing and puffing,
Just people
background,
chatting, some
character
lockers
chat.
shutting. Yeah, like
yeah,
you can do a lot
and
of shit.
you just have to add the channels for it.
Yeah, okay. Oh, to get so
And
much
you have
folly.
to think
Okay.
of every little thing as a channel. So like I said, if you wanted a right and left, it's, you know, in the code, those are
Yeah.
those are going to be 2 separate channels. So you're going to have, if you want something just playing on the right headphone, that's its own separate channel. On the left, it's its own separate channel, you know.
Yeah.
So you just have to remember that. Pretty much 1-to-1 is how I like to think about it. If you want to do something, you need one thing to do it. I want to do this thing, I need a channel for it. So if I want to do 5 different things, I need 5 channels. The play function plays whatever audio you want. All you have to give is the channel and the name, which you can define just like an image.
Yep. So
To
music is your,
swagger.
so music is your music. Sound is your sound. Yeah, you got it.
You can also provide a fade in, which makes the sound come in slowly, and a volume, which sets how loud the sound should be. Keep in mind that changing the volume later will be multiplicative, so setting it to 0 at the start is not going to be that helpful. There is also the keyword loop, which loops whatever sounds is playing here until it's told to stop. Handy if you want to have more control over what music, for example, should loop and which should not. Additionally, there are also the stop function, which stops the track with an optional fade out and cue. Which, as the name implies, cues another sound or even non-looping track after this one. Now regarding their definitions... Someone got smacked. Oh, getting smacked again. The slap you just heard was an asset from our own folder, and the one from the original game, both defined differently. If you make your own game, the second one is how you usually call any sound assets.
Mm-hmm.
Since mods are outside of the auto definer's range, they have to be either defined like the images before or called like that first line. Yeah, okay. Did you hear it? I just turned the music down a little so we can focus on the next part. Just like with flags before, when changing things throughout Python, you add a number or a money at the start. The first number changes the volume multiplicative to the original setting when the music started to play. Second volume, just like fade in fades. I'm so tired of talking. The second value, just like fade in fades the new volume in to keep things smoother. The third value determines what channel is affected. Keep in mind to change the volume back to 1.0 once you're done, otherwise you might be wondering later why it's so quiet. Anyway, let me fix the music now. Scary, huh? Keep delays and fade in / out in mind.
Sorry, I think that was so funny because we did that right at the end of the music loop. Yeah, we did that right at the end of the music loop, so like it... Okay.
Scary, huh? Keep delays and fade in / out in mind to make sounds and music more organic. Unless, of course, this is what kids like these days. I mean, kinda.
We have three to go.
While moving around can be pretty fun, sometimes you might also want to rotate around. You should probably look at the transform section before continuing. No, I just skipped straight to advanced. Objects thrown in an arc, a clumsy thief falling over, and even dashing hero hanging from a vine all require a rotation. To be more precise, a rotation around the Z-axis.
Oh.
You do know what the Z-axis is, right?
Yeah. No, I dropped out, Lamau.
Seems like we have a smart cookie over here. To demonstrate, I would like to introduce an old friend of mine, Mr. Cup. Hello, Cup. To properly rotate an image, you need to be aware of the proper syntax. Without much work, the sprite can be rotated around itself like this. Keep in mind though, it rotates to and not by 360 degrees. So using this line would again would cause the sprite to stand still.
Yep, I had that issue. I learned that quickly in staring down the barrel when Nazar like leans into Fang's room at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. However, no matter where you place the actual anchor... Oh, that was cool, even though it was kind of slow. It will always rotate from the middle of the sprite. The anchor just moves him to that space. To fix this, we already have the transform anchor set to true so that it will rotate around the setup Y anchor. The other pretty obvious point is that the sprite jumped downwards during the rotation. That's because it moves to the middle of the sprite's position for rotations. We don't know why actually, but there is an easy solution. Let's just clean this up for now. Setting all position values back to their origin and the transform anchor to false resets the rotation. The rotate needs the value none instead of 0 for this to work. To properly rotate sprites around anchors other than 0.5, you have to add an offset that is equal to half the sprite's height. The cup is 160 pixels high, so by adding a 80 and a negative 80, we can push the cup back to the right position. Let's keep this fella going for now. We must torture this coffee. While sometimes a little unpredictable, rotating can add a lot of energy to scenes as long as you keep your offset and anchor positions in mind. I don't know, I kind of like the weird sporadic rotation. Also, if you again see some jittery movements, just put subpixel true before the rotation in, so it should smooth things out.
Okay, Kerb, you ready for the
Cameras
hardest
kill
thing?
me. Oh boy.
Yeah, cameras.
I guess it's time to talk about the camera. Whenever you want to pan, zoom, or move the screen around, the camera needs to be moved. It can be a bit finicky, but if done right, it can help make your project more cinematic. Focusing the camera like this makes the reader feel closer to the protagonist. While this would make them feel more distant.
Yeah.
But make sure you have enough space to zoom out. Obviously, you can also move the camera around and such in the same way as sprites, and despite how Ren'Py looks, it does have a slight 3D capabilities. The is the code for the first camera movement. We zoomed the camera into 1.5 of its original value while also moving it 500 pixels to the left and the 150 pixels up. Now, if you have paid attention, then you would be wondering why positive numbers go left and up when it should be the opposite. I've actually didn't wonder that. That's just the thing. This is where the perspective true comes in. To keep it simple, it aligns itself to the window so things like offset and expose are inverted.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
No. I think it's because we read left to right that any positive thing makes sense to go left and any negative thing makes sense to go right. It might be complicated at first, but I'm sure you'll get behind it in no time. Insert getting behind folly joke there. One last bit regarding cameras. As you can... Well, everything went fucking gray. As you can see, you can do more with your camera than just move it about. Many effects that you can use on images can also affect the camera itself. Okay, since we're moving the camera, can the room tilt? Please? Just start tilting the room.
See, that would be done with just using the background. The camera would need to stay the same.
Oh, okay. Just make sure to clean up after yourself. Once you are done, reset the camera back to its original point, and on a new line, type camera to truly reset the camera.
Yeah.
Remember, there are a lot more features, especially regarding 3D, but depending on the scope of your project, it might not be necessary.
Gemini sending secret messages to each other.
Yeah, that's why I had to stop talking, because it has to be secret.
Yep. We can't let people know our trade secrets.
Cool.
Oh, this is the last one.
Kinetic text is a very fun feature which gives you more bang for the buck.
See, I never tried any kinetic text, so this is gonna be new to me.
I was gonna say, I mean, you're kind of learning it now, going forward. You know, give it a shot. It can make your text bounce.
I don't know why bouncy text, maybe.
Make you scared. It's so scary. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Make you spin.
Oh, I hate that.
And fade in.
Ooh.
Yeah,
cool.
I actually really like the text being the same as what's going on in the image.
I just wonder if you can change how fast that is, because like she slides in, it's way quick, and then like the text is like a whole nother like 2-3 seconds.
Yeah,
behind.
well, let's see here, because there's and fade in. Okay, so it's. I wonder if you can set values, like, you know what I mean, set values to the fade in for the text box, because sometimes, like, if her fade in is quicker, but then that one isn't, but if you set the value more than what the fade in is for there, it will be smoother fade in. Because that's the one thing that sucks too, is when you have two separate
bounce
things.
equal 5 up here, so like, yeah, you could probably add like, a second.
Or scream really loud. There. There are a lot more that can create all sorts of interesting results. And that was right. It's just, for some reason, a lot gets separated instead of just being together in one word.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind to have open and closed brackets like normal text tags. In general, they function the same, so they are usually pretty easy to use. All you have to do is download their RPI?
Yeah. I didn't know they were their own files. Okay.
My bit of advice, try them out. They are free to use and are super fun. I mean, yeah, that's like the fun stuff to do.
Hey,
What?
it fucking auto opened the window. Game
Oh.
auto opened the window.
In
on my
fact,
fucking
let me
computer.
help you with that. There you go. Just download the example project and have fun learning.
Fine. Fucking.
It's that shit I think is fucking cool.
Because it makes me go, hey. Lily actually downloading
I am
these
now
right
inside your computer. You got this malicious program called Almond. I think I should delete it for you.
Replace it with myself. That would be really.
Oh, dude. Okay.
I have to.
100%. I would love a virtual assistant if I could make it fully coolly. Maybe I should get into hardcore programming. Just make fully coolly into everything. Oh, and of course you can set up your own text tags as well. Using the ATL principle from before, we can set up a transform that can affect text. Remember me screaming like a banshee a moment ago? Experiment and see what you can do. Just keep in mind to not overdo it with the effects and make it unreadable.
We're done.
I will miss you fully. Look at that! The sun has set. Alright, that should cover the basics. Of course, there are a lot of other things you can do as well. Always try to learn new things. You'll be surprised of how much can be done in Ren'Py. Playing videos, map exploration, and inventory systems, the possibilities are endless. Thank you all for joining me today. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask your modding colleagues. They might just have the answer you're looking for, as long as they are the nice kind. Which I am assuming a lot of Snoot modders are the nice kind. And don't forget to check out the code of this mod as well. That's it for today. Be cool and stay in school. Now, before I go, I want you all to always remember something important. Are you gonna come back at the screen? Oh. Working on anything worthwhile takes a lot of hard work. There will always be days where you don't know what to do and you feel just like tossing? Oh, tossing. Tossing it all into the bin would be a better option. But if you start with passion and maintain with self-discipline, then I'm sure you can create something great. Yes, creation is hard, but at the end of the day, it could also be one of the most fulfilling aspects in life. I wonder if I can throw a mod onto a fucking Game Boy cartridge. Yeah, I am spent. Time to make my smooth exit.
Hired Snorri.
Bye-bye! Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Hey, we've learned Kerb, what all have you learned today? If you like what we do around here, why not subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, all that fun, good stuff. You can follow us on the Twitter and the Blue Sky, or you can join the Discord. That'll be it for today, and we'll see you all next time.
I learned,
Bye.
alright, alright.